Hi guys, it has been so long since I've been on here. My first few videos were about my breast augmentation, and now your girl is 33 weeks pregnant. I want to talk about the symptoms that I had before knowing I was pregnant and what led me to take a test. We were trying for well over a year before we got pregnant, and I just remember always looking up these videos and wanting to know what everyone's symptoms were, thinking that I was gonna find some like magic thing, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was just really wanting a baby. But we actually ended up kind of giving up a little bit. We got to the point where we said, hey, let's not try anymore. Let's just live our life, and if it happens, it happens. And I kid you not, we got pregnant that month, like the month after, but insane. So I know you've probably heard this a million times because I did. The minute you stop stressing about it is the minute that it happens. That is so true because that literally did happen for us. Anyways, we're actually going on a cruise for our daughter's 10th birthday, and I was supposed to start my cycle, I think the day that we left for the cruise. And it never came. It did not come that day, but that's not anything that's like rare for me. My cycle can sometimes come like a few days after, a few days before. It's never like right on time. So that wasn't really a concern. And mainly because there's been so many times where it was a little late and I thought that I was pregnant and I wasn't. It ended up coming anyways. So I was not stressed about that. I was like, it's just gonna be here a few days late. Was not stressed at all. Didn't feel it weird at all at that time. That was the only thing, is just my period was missed. Then we get on the cruise, and the next day, still don't get it. Still not very stressed. But I did mention it to Kevin. I mentioned like, hey, I haven't got my period yet. Not stressed about it. Not gonna like get my hopes up about it. But I did want to let you know. But the next day, I ended up getting like a little crampy. Honestly, it just felt like period cramps. Nothing weird. Felt very normal and tracked with period cramps. And I was like, actually really bummed about it. I was like, dang, I guess it is coming, whatever. You know, oh well. My boobs started getting like a little sore. Again, tracked right with my period symptoms. So it sucks because it honestly, every time I have except one was just like my period. So still didn't get it. By the time we were on our cruise for like halfway through the week, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is kind of a long time without my cycle. So that I did start getting worried about, but I just still in my mind knew like it's coming any second. Like it's definitely going to be here any second. We ended up getting to the last day of our cruise, and I will say like during the entire cruise, I was exhausted. And that part was the weird part. Normally on cruises, like when we go on vacation, we both wake up early. We get our day started early. We're just like so excited to do things. And I could have slept all day. Like I didn't care at all about anything we were doing. And that was definitely like the weird part. Like my body was exhausted and I was hungry, which is also like, I don't eat that much. It's not me. I do like to have my drinks. Didn't care as much on that cruise to have my drinks. So like those things were definitely off. We ended up leaving our cruise. We ended up going to a friend's condo in Miami until we could go to the airport and get on our flight. And we made plans to go to the mall and just like, we had like all day. So we had plans to go to the mall and have a good time. Just enjoy our time in Miami before we left. I ended up not even meaning to, by the way. I ended up passing out on the couch for like 2 hours. Didn't care to go to the mall. So that was like, okay, that was kind of like a telltale sign for me. At that point, I was like, I'm like 90% sure that I'm pregnant. Still didn't want to get my hopes up too much. So I left that like 10% room, but I was pretty sure at this point that I was. And Kevin was too. So we ended up going home. Finally, we got home around 11, 12 a.m. As soon as we got home, like I had tests already. So I took one and it lit up. And we were like, holy cow. It was actually insane because I always take them. Like at that point, I was taking them with the thought that it's probably going to be negative, just so I didn't get my hopes up. And so I didn't, like, just so I didn't get disappointed. But it said positive, and I truly, truly didn't believe it. Like, I know what means positive and what's negative on a pregnancy test, and I literally Googled it just to be like 110% sure that this is correct. And then Kevin like went to the store and got me a digital one, and it sure did pop up. It lit right up too, said pregnant, and so that's how we found out. If you want the full story on how we found out, let me know, because that was actually kind of funny too. But that was my symptoms, and I know it's nothing crazy. I know it's hard because whenever you're really like wanting to be, you want it to be something crazy and like something that really like points out to you. I'm sorry that for me it wasn't, but if you are trying to get pregnant and this is something that you really want, I pray that it happens for you soon. Bye, guys.